Okay, do you remember the first screenshot you've ever taken in Minecraft? Probably not, but you might remember this one, or that one, because these are iconic Minecraft screenshots, and each one reminds you of fun times or a specific era of Minecraft or Minecraft content. And today, I will be recreating 5 of them, just for the nostalgia and because it sounds like a fun challenge. So get ready, and let's just jump in. I chose this one because I saw a TikTok trend calling back to it, and I felt kind of left out because I wasn't on the internet back then, so let's just get into it. So to create the background, I had 2 choices. Either build everything from scratch, or find a map so that it looks identical to the screenshot we have. And guess what? I was lucky to find one. Although it was very close to what I wanted, it still needed a lot of changes. This map seems like it belonged to an era after the screenshot was taken. You can see this memorial here that I didn't know was a memorial, sorry. And this hill here is now covered. I would soon realize more stuff that needs some changing as I go, but first of all, I changed my skin to the closest Stampy skin I could find. I have no idea if Stampy ever changed his vanilla yellow cat skin as the series went on, so I made sure that it looked kinda similar to the pig. Now, I'm ready to start shaping! I removed the railroad, and that's when it hit me. This fucking hill is huge. Rebuilding it will take forever. So I decided to start with something small, to not break my soul and spirit. And speaking of spirits, RIP Stampy Goodnose. I'm sure you were a good pet. I tried not to remove the sign, out of respect, and I had the picture pulled up next to me, and so I started making upside down T's, and I kept on placing and breaking blocks a lot. It was a lot of work. Looking back at this footage, I think my problem was that the screenshot didn't really provide enough info on where exactly this hole will be, or how deep it goes. It's hard to tell. The FOV also confused me, but then I did it, you know? The wall with the sandstone thing looked good, the flowers looked as close as they should be in the picture, even the gravel, I made sure it matched. And I decided to move back to the hill. And when I broke down that wall, what the fuck? Bro built a library here? I thought it would be just a railroad system that I can tear apart easily. I was in fact demoralisé, but I had to keep going. All I did was break blocks, okay? I looked at the lake thing and the wooden building next to the hill for reference. My plan was to not break something that I can easily cover. And although that was my strategy to save time, it kinda costed me a lot of time because I kept switching between 2 tasks, breaking and placing blocks, even though travail en chaîne could have helped me so much, aka destroying everything then building it from scratch. And I knew I shouldn't go sicko mode. It was not the time. And yes, I was making progress. After what, like an hour? I was done with the hill and I was back at the balcony to see what was missing. And it was the snow. This whole area around the snow, I didn't even think it would be visible. But apparently it is. Yeah, but after that, it was amazing. I was so excited. I usually do not do anything right in my life, so it was kind of a surprise. But then the more I looked and compared between the 2 pics, I realized mine's looked a bit odd. Like the chicken on the balcony is missing, the room decor looks a bit different. For the decor, I kind of went with what I felt looked similar enough. I think the painting on the right side came out great, but I had no idea what was happening on the left side. Don't talk to me about it. So here's me just standing there like an idiot. But this goddamn chicken, it just wouldn't stay in one place. There was no chance I'd be able to get it to look identical to the OG. Eventually I just gave up. Here's my last attempt with this dumbass chicken looking at the camera. Results time. Here's the OG I got from TikTok, and here's mine. What do you rate it out of 10? I mean, looking back at it, maybe I've been just too mean to the chicken. Maybe they missed the mark in the Stampy video to post for the picture. Aw. Okay, this one is iconic. It has to be in this video. For the Herobrine survival world sighting thing, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I found the seed online and decided to just take the screenshots, then Photoshop him there, which is exactly what the person who took this video did not do. Of course, we all know Herobrine is real. Check out my video about him if you care. Oh my my god, I'm becoming a real YouTuber. Anyway, I don't know why, but even though I followed all the instructions, I could not stop getting spawned in a completely odd place. I think it was a problem with the game version. I don't remember, to be honest. I even deleted the footage, so there's no evidence of me being dumb. A win for us all. Whatever, I found the place with the cords and the help of a friend and got to work. All I had to do was basically match the hotbar and the angle that the plane was looking at to the OG picture. I figured I could just play with the picture with some editing magic to make it a little bit as bright as the OG. The OG was given TikToks from 2020. Give me a break. And I completely forgot what texture packs were. This is the trials and tribulations of being a dumbass. One thing I had to add was the chicken. Now, I don't know what chickens have against me, personally, but girl. I just wanted a picture of a chicken walking to the left so I can plop it into this godforsaken Herobrine picture. But no. You can see me visibly rage as I'm trying to get one of these chickens to move where I want. Either they stand there like fucking idiots, or move before I even click F2 to take the picture. What the fuck is wrong with society? And even when I used barriers, they would not obey me. I had my mic off, but it literally looked like an insane person asking them to move. And at some point, I felt like chickens everywhere are like my enemy or something. There must be something. Like going 2 for 2, bitch? What's happening? I just took a whatever pic and went with it. Fuck it, I guess. Another picture ruined by a chicken. Here's my final result. I'll never be successful at anything. Anyway, if you've gotten this far, consider subscribing. It would be very cool of you. Now, the screenshot might look a bit shitty, but I couldn't find one in a better quality, and honestly, that doesn't really matter, because it means a lot to me. It was the first time I heard the phrase, Technoblade never dies.
Not even close, baby! Technoblade never dies!
And it's literally legendary. Rest in peace, Techno. Thou shall be no other. I started out by finding a spot in the nether to take the pic, and I literally spawned next to it right away. So perfect. A mountain, it has no lava, it's just amazing. I had my skin ready and I dug a hole. And I added a little bit of details, like the obsidian and the bricks. I know this screenshot was taken when Techno was clearing a nether fortress, but it wouldn't show in our recreation anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I got the items and the armor I need, and since you can't really tell what kind of armor he has on, or you wouldn't know the enchantments, I just put on whatever on every piece. This recreation was a breeze, not gonna lie. It felt like a break. The only hard part was to make the tools and sword kind of look used, and I fear commands like the boogeyman, so I decided to do everything manually. I killed a sheep to bless my sword, hit a golem for a used shield, which at first just kind of hugged me because I was in peaceful mode. I got a little hasty with my pickaxe, didn't mind till it looked right. I fired an arrow. That's it, the bow's ready now. Just one arrow. Not gonna lie, none of these tasks took that long, except the pickaxe one. Oh my god. But when I got to the XP bar thing, oh. I opened a new world and experimented till I got it to look the same. There's a difference apparently between XP levels and XP points. Why did nobody tell me? Anyway, I got it at the end of the day, and I'm very proud. Now, time for the picture. I got my drip on, and my XP right. I just kind of looked around and tried to make it look as close to the OG as possible, and that's the final result. What do you guys think? I chose to recreate this one just because it means a lot to me, you know? Schlatt is this huge inspiration to me as a content creator and a person, honestly. Yeah, let's cut the bullshit. Let's just get into it. Okay, for the Cuckshed, I just found the seed and the quartz, and I just teleported there. At first, I spawned into a shaft of some sort, but don't worry, I know my way around those. I looked around and found where the screenshot was taken. Yay! A win for us all. I mean, technically, this one is just like the Technoblade one. I started with a clip, and I just chose a frame to recreate, which I'll never do again in my life because that's so fucking dumb. But if you have your own suggestions for a video like this, tell me in the comments. I'll try to recreate your favorite iconic Minecraft screenshots. How about that? Anyway, I was still dressed up as Technoblade from the previous segment, so I switched into a Schlatt skin. And what is that? At first, I marked where I will stand just to make it easy for me to check my progress or how off I am while I'm working. I started with the water flow situation here. I don't know what it is, but sure. And then I got redstone all set up everywhere. Finally, I touched redstone. I usually do not come in contact with it in any way or shape or form when I'm playing Minecraft. And now, into shaping the big boy. I started making the Cuckshed rise from the ground with my own bare hands. It was honestly the easiest part. And I was so randomly fixated on the sign next to it, I wanted it to be perfect for some reason. I looked into the OG clip just to see what was written exactly. Whatever. On the left of the image, you can tell by my sigh how it went, I spotted a black thing behind the tree. I thought it was obsidian at first, of course, and then I tried black wool. It just didn't look right to me anyway. I kept changing its place, then coming back to pose and see whether it's right or not, and it wasn't. It was just hell. Then I did what no one should do. I cheated by looking into the clip. I looked up the Cuckshed clip to see what was behind that godforsaken tree, and of course it was a huge fucking penis. Of course! I just spent precious minutes of my life trying to replicate the beauty of man-made statue of penis playfully hidden behind a birch tree. I am the foolish one. I gave up, then I actually didn't, of course, because I came back for more changes. I noticed the flowers and the tree in the back. That tree low-key made me confused about the laws of physics and perspective and shit. In the end, I just accepted my fate and got the hotbar ready and tried taking some screenshots. Then that's when more flaws started popping up. It's like looking in the mirror, isn't it? And I was trying to fix them again. And just like looking in the mirror, trying to fix the flaws never work. In this situation, I just got the connected grass texture on and took this picture. I call this piece pain. And with some Photoshop, here's my final result. If you can spot all the mistakes I made, don't. Ladies and gentlemen, for our final attempt at recreating an iconic Minecraft screenshot, I chose this one because it's a tragedy. This picture was taken seconds before we lost a warrior, whose legacy lives on and on. Watersheep. The history books won't say it, but it was a hate crime. Anyway, I can't keep doing the voice, so I got the PewDiePie world map and got into ruining some memorials. Oh look guys, we came full circle. At least I'm consistent. It was easy knowing where to stand and how to take the screenshot later in this one. I started changing what I know, like the small surrounding blocks and the cobble that has the lever on it or whatever. I also broke the redstone contraption because I didn't want to be lazy. You know me guys, I would never cheat. I wanted to make it myself, but also because I think it's kind of different than the one we need for our picture. Like the one that killed Watersheep isn't this one, right? As you can see, I made some changes to the nether portal area too, which by the way was the tricky part. I started working on the wood planks and the farm area. It might seem trivial because it's not in the frame, but you see, I need to make the water flow right so that when I put our Watersheep in his corner, he would be standing exactly where I want him to stand. And while I was hard at work and hard while working, I found this staircase thing leading to a secret room thing. It was given back rooms or Roblox doors. Anyway, at this point, I was torn between finishing the farm area or building the redstone killing machine. The peaceful wolf inside of me took over, so I worked on the farm. Not gonna lie, that was my favorite part. But then I noticed the cave looked off. And maybe I should have just took off my eyes and shoved them up my ass, because that's when torture started. I just kept on placing and then breaking blocks, and it just didn't seem to work. I was at the stage where you don't know exactly what to fix or where to even start. I didn't have a reliable point of reference to. I'm assuming Felix tore down this whole cave then rebuilt it himself or something, because there's no way a cave can generate like this. But I don't know, I'm not rechecking his Minecraft series just for this. I would rather hold on to my own biased judgment. At this point, I just kind of gave up and decided to build the killing machine, and it worked. Guys, we should clap and cheer. Honestly, I'm surprised it worked fine. Like, I did it alone, so no tutorial, and it kind of looks like the OG, so, like, Redstone baby, is this our redemption arc? Call the Women Taking W's Twitter account, because I just took one. At this point, I started preparing the details, like the items on the hotbar. I made them look used and similar to the ones in the picture, and of course, I applied the K agenda to the sheep. So now we have our Watersheep, and I was kind of correcting any mistakes I found too. Like, for real, we're about to finish, guys. We're gonna be done with this. I hopped into another world and figured out how to get similar XP to the OG picture, you know, the levels and whatever, just like I did for the Technoblade one. But then, I don't know why it glitched out when I joined again, and it pissed me off so fucking much. So I just kept killing myself and tried to make it work again. But then eventually I figured it out. Negativity sometimes works. All I needed to do now is to make myself hungry to lose like 3 hunger bars, then very quickly position myself for the picture. And finally, it's time for the picture, guys! I had to capture me ringing the bell with the lever exactly when Watersheep turns brown. Brother. And since he's basically a New York Times Square billboard, constantly changing color, it took me so many tries. But at last, here it is. And I hope you like it. Anyway, that's it. Subscribe if you enjoyed, suggest me anything in the comment section, and yeah. So, did you guys like my shots? Next time, we'll try back